Oh, should I leave that in?
Sure. People know I've got a big mouth and now it's just proof.
Welcome to the dulcet tones of sexy glam.
Sounding healthy, but
Oh, feeling rat shit. How we going, Chloe?
yeah.
Exactly.
We've had a bout of sickness hit our house too. So
Oh no.
Yeah.
Welcome to Wednesday Up Late, everybody. Glenn and Chloe here. Both a little bit off their game tonight. So it's going to be an interesting one.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Taste the biscuit.
Oh, don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Because I've been singing it all night.
I got messages from you earlier.
Yep. So would you care to just do the Newsly plug for me? Just a quick one, because like
absolutely,
my voice is
I love Newsly so much. I would love to do their plug. You can find Newsly, which is the super app, at newsly.me, and you download it and you get to listen to all these awesome podcasts and news articles all from around the world right to the palm of your hand. And in fact, it's so great that when you're on the go, you got your AirPods, your Beats, whatever it is you have, it reads it to you, and it's lovely human voice. So that way, when you're on the go, you're still getting your news. So we love Newsly, and they love us, and so much so they've given us a special code of Wednesday Up Late. And if you type that into your little typey tippy tappy thing, you get a whole month of premium subscription for free.
using the exclusive code Wednesday Up Late. Did you already say that? Did you say that? Yeah. See.
It's your third eye. It's taken over your brain.
I just, I've got a fucking pus-riddled eye, people. Like, I wasn't going to point that out, but, whatever. It's Chloe's twin.
Yeah. This is Ingrid, and that's Edgar.
Fucking hell. This is, this is the episode you want to be listening to us, not watching us, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, it's not Pretty One. It's not a Pretty One.
But listening's not very good either, because I sound like shit. Alrighty, so we're here to play some games as we do every single week. Welcome to the newbies as well. If you're new to the show, I apologize that this is your first one.
No, it's great. It's like jazz. It's going to be all over the shop.
All right, so we're going to play a game.
Gels.
We're going to play a game. What's the first game we're playing? This is Where Do You Stand?
Where Do You Stand? I really enjoyed this one the last time we played, so I'm like, let's do it again.
Yeah, mind you, like I enjoyed this game too. It's like, it's fun, but it gets harder and harder to pick things that are contentious issues.
Yeah, that's true. But
without
I guess,
pushing envelopes, without getting offensive or trying to piss people off. It's got to keep
which I mean,
fun.
We'll probably do anyway. We can't help it.
Maybe one of mine will.
It's like second nature to us.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, please.
All right. So I just want to know, Glenn, where you stand. A little bit of context. We all know that Disney have been doing remakes of cartoons that have been happening. And in those remakes, they tend to give a character who didn't necessarily have their own song a song. Now, what I want to know is the Guy Pearce adaptation of Aladdin, Jasmine's song. I don't know if you remember.
Guy Ritchie.
Is that what I said? Oh my God, I
Pearce.
wrote Guy Pearce. Oh my God. What an idiot. Guy Ritchie.
Yep.
His adaptation of Aladdin.
Yeah.
Jasmine has her own song. What I want to know is, where do you stand? Was that an unnecessary song for you, or did it slap?
It didn't slap. Like, I wouldn't go that far, but it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. Because
really?
I think that, let's just put it out there. It's no secret. I don't like these remakes. They shouldn't happen. I don't think Disney should be remaking their own movies. I think they should just make new ones. But if they're going to do it, you got to throw something in that's a bit different. You got to shake it up a little bit. And, it's the same when they adapt Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals to the screen. They always add a brand new song that is written exclusively for the film. So it's just something that they do.
I've already said it on this podcast. I wasn't a fan of the guy who played Prince Eric in the new Little Mermaid movie.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of that song whatsoever. I thought it was completely unnecessary and it was crap. But that Jasmine song, when I started hearing it, I wanted to hate it so much because I'm like, no, this doesn't fit into my vision. However, it is insane. insane song. I love it. I think it's one of
Well,
the better songs of the movie.
it's exactly the same with Little Mermaid when they added that Dingle Bop song or whatever the fuck it's called. The one that
Oh,
Aunt
that's a
Tiffany.
good
It's a
one.
great song, but it doesn't fit the Little Mermaid mold at all.
No, it doesn't. But it is a good song.
Yeah,
That is a
it's a
good song. Yeah.
standalone. It is. Well, good one. That's a
Yeah.
good question. So, what I want to know: where do you stand on self-serve lollies at the cinema?
Oh my God. I remember the self-serve lollies. And then you used to put them on the way station and spend $20. Um, love.
Okay,
Wish they would bring them back.
even though they
Love.
had other people's grotty hands in there and shit.
Yeah, look, that just never crossed my mind. I don't know if it was because I was younger and I just didn't care at that point. I just wanted the clinkers and the Maltesers and the little raspberries. Um, yeah, I bring her
Yeah,
back.
and
Bring her
like I
back.
would always like combine the really chocolatey stuff with the sour gummy stuff. Like,
Yeah.
oh, good stuff.
We have a pub here in my region,
Mhm.
and it has like this self-serve ice cream part of it where you do your ice cream and you can put the lollies and stuff on top
Yeah,
and you do it yourself.
Cold Rock.
And kind of, but it's
Mm.
within the pub. It's a part of the pub,
Yeah, got it.
and it's the best part. It is the best part. Love it.
Yeah, when I had my video store back in the day, we in the early days of when I had it, we had one of those help yourself lolly things where you weigh it. It was great. It's great.
So good.
Yep. All right,
Bring
cool.
them back. Bring them
There's no
back.
way they'll bring them back. It's
All right. Where
grotty.
do you stand on? Okay, let me just get it out there. Did Leo deserve that Oscar for The Revenant, or was it just them giving him one to just shut everyone up?
Good question. I mean, it's a bit like when Russell Crowe won the Oscar for Gladiator, everybody knew that it was really because he got shunned for The Insider, like the year before.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's that kind of situation. But it's a remarkable performance, The Revenant. Like it's a physical performance, not only an emotionally charged performance because of his whole, journey, but
Mm-hmm.
physically taxing. So yeah, no, I think he earned it.
You think he earned it?
Yep.
If he had have won an Oscar before The Revenant, which movie do you think he should have won the Oscar for?
Wow. Well, if not What's Eating Gilbert Grape, then maybe Basketball Diaries.
Okay. Yep. Good choices.
Yeah. Certainly not
Yeah.
Critters 3.
Wasn't that his first movie?
Yeah,
Was that
Little
his
Leo.
very
Little
first?
Leo.
Yeah. Oh, so cute.
All right. So where do you stand on teaser trailers before official trailers?
Oh, well,
You know how they do like a 10-second or 20-second trailer
yeah,
saying the real trailer's coming in 3 days?
yeah. I find it unnecessary. Like, just drop the trailer.
Yeah,
Um,
and only drop one trailer. I don't like this whole process of like there's going to be 3, 4, 5 trailers in the lead up to the movie. It's like you're going to give away half the film. Just give me
it's just the movie.
one
Yeah.
trailer that is enticing and will have me, ready. But also time it so that it's before the movie like at a distance that I don't forget about it.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
know. Anyway.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I completely agree. And a good trailer makes a difference. It makes a huge difference as to whether or not, well, obviously that's the whole point that you want to go see the movie. But like when you're dropping so many of them, and it's like, well, what's the point of seeing the movie? Because I can see most of it and just watching different trailers. Like,
Yep.
what's going to be different? So, one good trailer
Yep.
can set it up to fail
Which
or
is
succeed.
how it was up until like the mid 2000s. That's exactly how it was. You
And there was
get,
some really good trailers
yeah, you'd
back in
get
the
like
day.
you would get one really good theatrical trailer. So if you go to the cinemas, you'd get like all the coming soons, and that's fantastic. But then you'd also get later on the home video trailers before the movie on the tape.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They
I
were great
remember.
because they are framed differently. Like they were a different kind of trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I forgot about those. Wow. All right. This one's more for me because I haven't brought him up in a while.
Alrighty.
Do you feel like Justin Long performs better in horror or comedy?
Look, he's good at both. I think maybe horror. I think I think he has a stronger affinity for horror. I think as a person, he's more of a horror fan than a comedy fan. So I think you can
Mhm.
always tell that when the passion comes through. So I'd say horror, but he always brings a little bit of comedy to his horror too. So
I was just about to say that here. Well, I've only seen two of his horror movies, but he tends to bring the humor there, and he has really good comedic timing to make it fit
yeah,
into the script and the movie really well. That's not to say that I don't enjoy his comedy movies. They are funny and I really do enjoy them. But watching Barbarian and Jeepers Creepers,
yeah.
he was what drew me to them because I feel like he really does fit that mold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I agree with you.
Well, there you go. Consensus. What about Star Wars versus Star Trek? Where do you stand?
Oh, Star Wars. I'm not a
Wow.
Trekkie. I'm just
Wow.
not.
Mm.
I'm not. I can do the thing. Um, but I'm much more of a Star Wars, but like a more original trilogy Star Wars.
Cool.
I don't think I've ever seen Star Trek.
My advice would be, I mean, not that you're gonna, but get stuck into the Star Trek movies. Start with the motion picture, all right, which is like 1979, I think it was, and then just do
Mm.
the movies, the theatrical movies. I think it's a much stronger, much better series than Star Wars, a better franchise. And then if you love that, which it's hard not to, you've got so much in the television world to dive into.
Mm. Yeah,
I prefer Star Trek.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Definitely fair enough.
And it's much
All
and
right.
much it's much there's a lot more humanity in Star Trek. Let's put it that way, because they are humans, they are from Earth,
Mhm.
exploring the galaxy. Whereas in Star Wars, it's a galaxy far, far away. They're not humans. They're just other beings.
But the Jedi's, aren't they just human, but with
But there's no
extra
such thing. There's no
capabilities?
like
Or
humans are from Earth. There's no Earth in Star Wars.
well, there is in a galaxy far, far away.
Oh yes, I don't think they've ever been there.
Interesting. Very interesting. What would they be? Because is
Well,
that ever explored?
well, whatever planet they're from. Did you ever watch? Here's a good comparison. Did you ever watch Firefly?
Yes.
Exactly. So they go to all these other planets with every single planet has inhabitants that look like humans, but they're in the show they call them whatever that planet is. That's what they call them.
Okay.
So we're Earthlings, and they
Mm-hmm.
would be like, and then you got Martians if you're from Mars.
Mm.
Whatever
But they
planet
look
those.
human.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
mean the logic would logic would suggest that most beings in the known universe probably have a similar form, just
Okay.
for functionality.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even us and animals, we've all got limbs, we've all got eyes, we've all got noses.
Mm.
Anyway, that's a deep
No, it's a
philosophical
really
discussion.
interesting. Yeah, no, it's really making me think. It hurts my brain. Um, all right. There is a popular opinion that Daniel Craig is the worst Bond. Where do
Yeah.
you stand on that?
No, I don't think he's the worst Bond. I think the worst Bond. See, this is tricky because every single Bond has their good films and their bad films, and their
Mm-hmm.
bad ones are really bad. So I'd probably say Roger Moore. Most people say he's the best, but he's made more dodgy ones than the rest. Although Pierce Brosnan's made some shit ones too. So
Generally, when someone is played to pick Bond,
pick to
someone
play
is
Bond.
picked to play Bond. How many movies do they do? Do they each do an equal amount, or have some done more and some done
Some
less?
of well, I mean, George Lazenby's only done one.
Okay.
His ego got the better of him, and he quit the franchise because they refused to up his salary or whatever, and he regrets it for life because it really ruined his career.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Connery like did I think 5 or 6. They average about 5
Okay.
each. Although Timothy Dalton came in and only did 2, and that was a weird one because he was originally supposed to be Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan was contracted to Remington Steele TV show, so they had to replace him. So Timothy Dalton took
Oh.
his place, and then suddenly Pierce Brosnan was back and available and came back in. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I wish I could. I
Interesting.
wish I could fuck me now. I wish I could articulate that better. What a word to fuck up on. I wish I could articulate better right now because my throat's like just in another universe, far, far
In
away.
another universe, in another galaxy far,
That's
far
right.
away. Wow.
Anyway,
All right. Have you got another one for me, or is that
one
it?
more.
All right,
Where
go
do you,
for
where
it.
do you stand, Claudia Wells or Elizabeth Shue as Jennifer in Back to the Future?
Oh.
So the original from part one, or Elizabeth
Mm-hmm.
Shue who came back for the second two.
Oh, I don't know if I have an opinion on this. I do like, because I think my order is three, one, two.
Okay.
That's the order
Yep.
that I kind of like these in, even though it doesn't really make sense. But so maybe I'd have to go for is it
Elizabeth Shue.
Elizabeth Shue? Yeah, I think I'd have to go for her. Probably because
Interesting.
I think maybe the third one was my first sort of expose to Back to the Future.
Yep.
So I'd just go with my original, I think.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And she's obviously, Elizabeth Shue from The Karate Kid and a bunch of other movies back then.
Mm.
I had a problem when they brought her into it. I didn't mind that they switched the actress out. They had to because Claudia Wells' mother got terminally ill and she had to go look after her mum and couldn't come back, right? So
Oh,
they
that's
had to
really
replace
sad.
her. She didn't want to not be in it. She kind of had to.
Yeah.
But, and at the end of Back to the Future and the start of Back to the Future 2, they overlap. So you got the scene
Mm-hmm.
and they recreate it for part two, right? With Elizabeth Shue. They didn't even try to make her look similar. Like they had a wig on her or a hairstyle was nothing like the hairstyle from the first one. So that
Yeah.
crossover just did not hit the mark as far as I'm concerned. Like the
Yeah.
Jennifers were so
They might have done that on purpose, though, to show, yes, we know there's a distinct difference and we're just making it known.
that doesn't work for me. I mean, they're great films, but I just Claudia Wells all the way for me, and I wish she could have carried over, but
Yeah. Oh, that's really sad. I'm sad that that happened.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question for you.
All right.
What's her face? Who's supposed to be, I can't remember her name.
I love that
should have
term
written
though.
it
What's
down,
her
but I
face is the
didn't.
best.
She's supposed to be the new Snow White.
Yeah, Rachel Zegler.
Yeah. Did she get fired?
Technically no, but practically yes.
Okay.
So she's been like pissing people off lately, right?
Yeah. Kinda.
Yeah. You can't avoid that. Well, Disney simply severed her contract and not keeping her on for any other projects. No sequels, nothing. They're done with her.
Oh. So she's still doing this film though.
Yeah, she's still gonna be in Snow White. Like I think
Oh.
she'd be contractually obligated. They would be contractually obligated to have her in it. Although, there's always clauses in contracts when you bring what's the word for it? Bring
Disruption?
Yeah, controversy or any kind of there's a word for it. I'm not thinking properly, but yeah, she's not done them any favors. I can imagine the damage control behind the scenes would be massive. I believe that the Disney people would be screaming down the phone at her publicists and her agents and managers and yeah, so they've decided just we don't want to have her in our movies anymore. And so technically not fired, but as good as.
Yeah. Look, I'm not all for firing people. It's not something that I wish upon people, but I feel like she was kind of slandering it there at a point, which is really disrespectful to, the fans. So
there's something
I feel
satisfying about this. Like she had it coming. Like she really didn't do herself any favors because she didn't even listen to the first lot of criticisms when she first stepped out of line a little bit. She just hammered down and kept going, thinking that she's on the right side of the argument.
Yeah. And look, she might have a very valid point in her eyes. However, the general consensus doesn't kind of fit that. And, stick to your point. That's great. Stick to your guns. But, when it's against the kind of popular grain of things and how people actually view it from their eyes and you see that you're disrupting that, you can't be surprised when something like that happens.
I want to think that Snow White is potentially the end of the line for the live action things. Like, has she really done them such a disservice that it's probably, it's the backlash and criticism is not worth their while? I imagine the movie will make a bit of money in the beginning because everyone's curious, but I think ultimately it'll tank pretty hard. Yeah, but wouldn't it be poetic if Snow White was the movie that ended the live action movies because Snow White was the first animated one.
Whoa.
That'd be great. Bookend it.
Bookend.
Yeah.
Wow. That would be insane.
And Snow White is wonderful. The original.
It is. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie.
I love the argument. You know how she was implying that he was a stalker, and some people have been saying, going as far as to say he was a rapist, the prince, because he kissed her while she was sleeping, right, without her consent. I love the argument. People say, "What if he didn't kiss her? She'd be dead." Like, kind of saved her life.
It saved her life. It's true love's kiss. It's like, yeah, I understand where people are coming from. Oh, he kissed without consent. Okay, great. We know better now.
Yeah, different
But
time.
like, it's a cartoon. People like fucking
And
calm down.
before we move on, because this will go out of control, because I'll just keep talking about it. But like, I mean, do people really nowadays fail to contextualize anything? Like, they can't have a conversation without context. They have to be angry. They have to be validated with their opinions, but there's never context. Like, there's never context. Like, and time and era is the biggest context you can add to anything.
Yeah,
that was then. This
absolutely.
is now. Like, fucking hell.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
And look, we learn from the past. And yes, we realize that, maybe that's it's probably on a little bit of the iffy side compared to, how society has evolved in the world we live in today. But, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
You know what?
This
Shut the
is not
fuck up,
gonna
everyone. Please.
This is not going to make people go out and just fucking break into people's houses just to kiss them while they're asleep. Calm down. Calm down. Anyway.
Well said,
that's my
Chloe.
defense. I know. Thank you. I'm fairly eloquent today. Shall we move on?
Please.
I didn't want to get you riled up because of your voice, but I think I already did it.
Yeah, I think I actually broke through a little bit. Like, I feel like my voice is a bit better than it was when we began, just because I got angry.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, are we moving on to the next game?
Why not?
Now, when we did our little pre-show discussion, you switched the games on me. So
we can do it in any order you want.
In any order I want. All right. So you said year of release. So shall we do that?
If you want to.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay.
We're playing year of release.
Yep.
Now, basically, it's a pretty simple concept. You shoot out a movie at me and I guess the year and I win because I'm really good at this game.
Let's do that then. Let's see how that plays out. And I reckon we get 2 guesses each.
Okay. Yep. Cool. Sounds good.
I'm going to go first.
Okay, go first.
Road Trip.
Ooh. Well, that's definitely early 2000s. I'm going to say 2003.
Not late 90s?
No.
Have another guess.
Okay. I will say 2002.
2000.
Oh, I was right there.
I'm so good at this.
I was really close. That counts for something.
Alrighty, fire at me.
All right. Slapshot.
Slapshot. I'm going to say 1977.
Do you want to guess again? No, don't. You got it right. You got it right.
Yeah, I'm right. No, I'm pretty sure it's 1977.
I was just trying to be a dickhead. Dang, that's good.
All right,
How
what
did you know
about...
that?
I just kind of do I like that era. Like, it sort of it sticks with me a bit more. Okay, so what year was Euro Trip released?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, well, that one would have to be probably like 2004 or 5. So I'm going to go 2004.
Do you want to guess again?
2005.
Yeah. I was so close.
So close. Oh, fuck, I love that movie. Seriously. I'll be sitting at work typing away, doing my thing, and then all of a sudden in my brain I get a Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. So
Terrible.
don't tell Scotty. All right. So what about The Flight of the Phoenix?
Which one? Original or remake?
Original, I think.
Fuck.
I
Okay.
didn't know there was more.
Original. 1954.
Hang on, I'm gonna have to look it up to make sure I'm not like leading you on, because I didn't know that there was a remake, and I didn't know. Oh my God, this is such amazing content for our listeners. All right, Flight of the Phoenix. Flight of the Phoenix. Oh, so not the remake. No, not the remake.
So the original.
Yes, the original.
I said 54.
Do you want to guess again?
Was it Humphrey Bogart? I can't even remember who was in it. Maybe I'll go 60s instead. 64.
Oh, really close. 65.
Oh, damn.
65. Well, there you go. I learned something new. I didn't realize they had remade it.
Yeah, the remake's not bad either.
What's his face in it?
Dennis Quaid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like really handsome.
So far you've done a what's her face and a what's his face. Oh, we've got a title for the show. Thank you very much. Okay, let me just write that down.
Oh, that's funny.
Always looking for a moment.
Really handsome.
Yeah. You should check him out in Inner Space, like 1985, 86, I think it was, with Meg Ryan.
Okay.
Oh, amazing. Joe Dante movie. It's great.
Interesting.
Steven Spielberg produced it. Alrighty. What year was Boat Trip released?
Are you fucking kidding me? I've never even seen Boat Trip. Is there a boat trip?
Yeah, Cuba Gooding Jr. It's about two guys that end up on a cruise ship for gay people. Like it's a gay cruise and they didn't know it.
How have I not seen this?
Yeah, it's a pretty awful movie, but the premise is fantastic.
Oh. Well, seeing as how I haven't heard of it, I'm guessing it wouldn't be too far off Euro Trip, because Road Trip would have been pretty successful given the time, and then Euro Trip, in my eyes, was pretty successful. So I'm gonna guess 2008. 2007.
No, 2002. Came before Euro Trip.
Really?
And from memory, the premise was great because all they knew is they were booking the trip on a party ship. Great stuff.
I want to see this movie.
All right, your next one.
Sounds dumb enough for me to love it. All right. What about Guns Akimbo?
My mate Jason directed that one. Guns Akimbo would have been. Oh, I want to get this wrong because he's actually a listener of the other podcast.
Jason, buddy, are you listening?
Jason Lee Howden, legend. Look him up, everyone. He makes good movies. How about 2018?
So close.
19.
Yes. I've seen just the trailer of that movie.
Yep.
And it makes me really want to see it, because seeing Daniel Radcliffe in like bear claw slippers and a dressing gown and
guns nailed to his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to see it.
And Samara Weaving as his nemesis.
No,
yeah.
Really?
She's like this punk chick. She's got no eyebrows and like she's really scary looking.
Was this made in Australia?
It's a New Zealand film.
New Zealand. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so Rhys Darby is also in it.
Love him.
Jason Lee Howden also made the movie Deathgasm, which is a rock and roll horror movie about like summoning the demons by playing the music sort of backwards and stuff like that. So
whoa.
Yeah,
okay.
And he's making
very Tenacious D.
He's making part 2 right now. Tenacious D, now this is very Trick or Treat. If you want to, like, Tenacious D ripped off Trick or Treat back in the 80s.
I was
which is-
joking, by the way.
I know, but
I was
like,
being facetious.
I'm jumping in there before everyone else corrects you.
Oh, goodness me. All right, hit me with your
Okay.
next one.
Last one. What year was the movie Couch Trip
You're a
released?
dick. You are such a dick, honestly.
Why? These are
That
movies.
doesn't exist.
The
It
Couch
doesn't
Trip, of
exist.
course it does. Dan Aykroyd and
No.
Walter Matthau.
Well, that gives me
And I
that
think
gives me something to go on.
and I think that Steven Spielberg produced it, if I'm not mistaken. Could be mistaken, but
So like 82?
no,
Am I too early or too late?
too early.
88.
Yes.
Did I get it right?
Yes. The movie you've never heard of.
It doesn't exist. I still don't believe you that exists. Couch Trip? What?
Yep. Yeah, it's about escape mental patients. That's it's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, I think one of them pretends to be the shrink, and yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen it. But famous cover has Dan Aykroyd in a straitjacket, Walter Matthau to the side. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Wow. Are there any more trip movies that I'm
Oh,
not
there's got to
aware
be.
of?
There's got to be, but not in the road trip, Euro trip, boat trip type of. Although there is Road Trip 2, Beer Pong,
Oh, okay.
which DJ Quayle's returned for.
Oh, okay.
He then plays the Tom Green character, like the one that takes him on a tour through the university.
Oh my God.
In and of itself, it's a fun movie. Like you watch it and you go, look, I didn't waste my time, but you certainly wouldn't go watching it.
Go back to
again
it really
no.
quickly. Yeah,
that's
fair
right.
enough. Fair enough.
Um,
All right.
well, I
What
just wanted
about
to- oh, you've got one more, do you?
I do.
Oh,
What about Beverly Hills Cop 3?
Oh, 1992, I think that was. 3. Oh, we're going 4. Fucking hell.
Yeah, we're going 4, buddy.
I really should have known
1994.
that. It's one of those really, really fucking awful movies that I watch way more than I should have.
So
It's
happy that you admitted that
admitted what?
you watched it more than you should have.
Well, I mean, I love bad movies, and that's a good bad movie. Like, I can't help it. I can't help but like it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. I wanted to just quickly mention that I read 2 things. We haven't touched upon news for a while, so this is actually a couple of weeks old. But I believe that National Treasure 3 is finally going ahead.
Oh, with
And
the cage.
The rumor is not only is Nicolas Cage coming back, he's being joined by Keanu Reeves.
Stop it.
That's the rumor. Not confirmed.
Stop
but it's
it.
coming from reliable sources. A lot of major entertainment outlets have been reporting that. So
I would love to keep for Keanu to be like the villain type in one of those type of movies. I would eat it
but
up.
what if they teamed up? That'd be great.
Like that'd be awesome as well, but I would love to see Keanu as the villain type.
And the other thing I read, which was I only read this yesterday, J.J. Abrams is remaking Krull. Did you ever see Krull?
No.
Krull's this movie from the 80s that's very much a science fiction Lord of the Rings. So it's about a fellowship. It's about a prince who builds a fellowship to search for and rescue a prince that's been held captive in like an alien fortress.
Whoa.
And it's a movie that had like, I can't remember who's in it, but there are a lot of familiar faces in there. You'd watch it and go, oh, I know that person. I know that person. Back in those days, those sword and sorcerer type of movies were big. Like, and when they infused sci-fi with them, like they were big in that you had a couple of tentpole ones, and then all the imitators went straight to video.
Yep.
But they were everywhere. So the Krull was one of them, and it's a fun movie.
Interesting.
Oh,
And didn't just a little bit of a callback, didn't J.J. Abrams do the new Star Trek movies, like the newer ones?
Yeah, and a couple of Star Wars.
Look at me. Look at this little peach pie learning stuff.
And that's the thing, right? I think you'd really, really love his Star Trek movies, that trilogy he did. And yet, like, they do kind of depend and rely on a bit of knowledge of the other movies because they cross over.
Does it have Stephen Pegg in it?
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg. I'm having an aneurysm or something today. Guy Pearce, Stephen Pegg. What the fuck?
Yeah, he plays Scotty.
And Christopher Pine, yeah?
Christopher Pine, Chris Hemsworth is in the first one. You've got
I reckon I've seen the first one. I saw it at the movies when it came out. I
Anton
don't think
Yelchin.
I understood anything.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing because the very first one particularly crosses over into the original universe. So
Okay. All right.
Yeah. anyway,
Fair enough. Anyway.
anyway,
Moving on.
we got one more game to play.
We sure do.
No longer.
This one's going to suck.
I can't talk tonight. What the fuck am I saying? What the fuck am I saying?
Perfect for a prod.
Oh my god! What the like? Didn't I? What,
I haven't even been drinking
Wasn't-
today. Like,
last week we called the show like car wreck viewing.
yeah, like when you stare at a car crash, you just can't look away.
Yeah, what the fuck? I mean, I still want to call this one "What's his face? What's her face?" But we're making a shambles of it. That's for sure.
Anyway, we're really good at this, and we're going to play a new game. Well, not a new game. We've played this game before. But this is a game that I kind of made up but didn't, and I called it Adam. And if you don't remember how Adam works, it's where someone spits out a letter from the alphabet. There's 26 of them. And then we have to name an actor, a movie, and a director, all with that same letter.
And if
Now,
you thought we sucked at it then, wait till you see what happens next.
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad. And do you want to go first?
As in, guess, like you read it to me first and I have to guess, or?
Yes.
All right, yeah, I'll go first.
Should
Get
I do
your
that?
timer. How much time we're giving each other?
Not too long, I don't think. We need to be under
20.
the pump.
20, I reckon.
All right. I'll get my timer out too then, shall I?
Yeah, well, you'll have to if I'm going first.
I've finally gotten to an age now, right? When I've got my phone in front of me and I'm doing this.
Yeah. And what is that to our listeners?
That's me trying to stare at the screen, but like how old people do. So when they're trying to look at what's on
Hold
their
it as far
screen,
from your face as
but
possible.
they can't see. Yeah, so they squint and like move their head back a little bit and like move the phone away, like they're trying to see it. Yeah, I'm old now, people.
Come off it. Who are you talking to here?
All right, I'm ready to go.
All right. So
All right.
actor, movie director. Okay, go for it.
M.
All right, actor Matthew McConaughey, director Michael Moore, and movie Moulin Rouge.
Whoa, 8 seconds. Nice, dude. Look at you.
All righty, tell me when you're ready.
Okay. Yep.
L.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Legends of the Fall. And Luke Benison.
Okay, so you had 8 seconds left. So Luke Benison.
Luke Benison. The guy who directed The Fifth Element.
Yeah, Luke Besson.
I was so close. Come on. You've got to
Yeah,
give me that.
I'll give
Come
it
on.
to you. I'll give it to
Come
you.
on.
Benison.
Close enough is good enough for me at this point, all right?
Yeah, not fair.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
D.
Okay. Dudley Moore, Dudley Do Right, and Roger Donaldson.
11 seconds. I did not expect you to go down the Dudley route, but I
was
really
looking for
enjoyed
a third
it.
Dudley, but I couldn't get there.
That was wonderful. That was absolutely wonderful.
How often do I get to talk about Dudleys? That's for sure.
I know.
All right, you ready?
Okay, hang on. Yes.
P.
Penelope Cruz. Pan's Labyrinth. Peter Jackson.
Ooh, excellent. That was 9 seconds.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We were
Well done.
doing so badly today, and now we are just killing it.
Maybe we should start the show here.
Just cut back.
Yeah.
Just rewind. Just start again.
Mm.
All right. Are you
Okay.
ready?
No, but yes.
All right. F.
Frederick Forrester, Finding Forrester, and Fred Durst.
12 seconds. You should have said Forrest Gump.
No, Finding Forrester was the movie.
Yeah. I get it.
I was going down the Forrester route. Come on.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Not as good as Dudley.
Fine. Moving on.
All right.
S.
Sandra Bullock. Stand by Me. Steven Spielberg.
Wow. Are you joking? That was 6 seconds.
Holy crap. Am I on fire tonight or what? I'm so happy we're ending the show this way. I have no idea.
Alrighty.
All right, you ready for your last one?
Yep.
You have to beat 6 seconds.
Okay.
That's your time to beat. All right, ready? T.
Thomas the Tank Engine. Toby Hooper. And Toby Maguire.
Wow. Okay. All right. You didn't beat my 6 seconds.
No.
You just did it.
Why did my brain go to Thomas the Tank Engine? What was that?
Still counts.
Because there was a movie, just so people might be going, oh, that's television. Anyway.
All right.
Awful. Okay, your last one. B.
Brad Pitt. Buster Keaton and Bridge Over Terabithia.
Okay, Bridge to Terabithia, but I get what you're saying.
Yes,
you did. You did that in 15 seconds.
Is Buster Keaton a director?
He directed most of his own shorts.
Stop it.
Yeah.
That I didn't even know that. It just came into my brain.
Because you said it, and I thought he's an actor. Oh no, but he directed most of them. So yes, well done, you. Yeah, I'll say you're the clear winner on that one.
Wow. I expected that to go terribly, and that went wonderfully, and I'm so happy for that.
You'll have to do that again.
I'm so happy. You have no idea.
Yeah, weirdo.
I know. Stop it.
Anyway, it's been fun. I hope those newbies that have come along enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't normally sound this way, everybody. So
just watch the whole car crash to the very end because you always find some gold.
Well, this is the end, and they're still with us. It's like
that's what I mean. See, you always find the gold at the end of the tunnel.
To be sure.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Yeah. All right. See ya. GoodMovieMonday.com, Up Late tab, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Catch you later. See you, everyone.